In the shadows of an imminent catastrophe, the world trembled as the sky cracked like fragile glass. It began with an unusual hue, a deep violet seam that stretched across the horizon, igniting whispers of uncertainty among those who dared to gaze up. Something monumental was brewing, wrapped tightly in the silence that ensued, dense and palpable, as if creation itself paused to witness the approaching storm. The ocean's restlessness served as the harbinger of change, churning tirelessly for 7 days. Ghostly ships vanished without so much as a gust of wind, while the shores awoke and slumbered in a strange rhythm, a heartbeat in sync with a foreboding fate. And then, on the 8th day, the beast emerged, a grotesque fusion of legend and nightmare, 7 crowned heads coiling in a terrifying dance above the waves, overwhelming any semblance of sanity in those who watched. Amidst the chaos, a figure rose, calm and charismatic, weaving a narrative of hope in a crumbling world. His voice pierced the static of despair, promising unity from the ashes, yet his presence cloaked a sinister intent. Thus began the silent seduction of the Mark, a faint shimmer that transformed lives in insidious ways, turning friends into acolytes of fear and obedience. As the stars fell from the heavens, leaving behind scarred remnants, a flicker of defiance sparked in hidden corners, where whispers of old prophecies ignited a flame of resistance, binding those who refused to bow. In a world overshadowed by horror, a solitary trumpet's echo pierced through the chaos. Each note, haunting and elusive, summoned forth visions of fire and darkness, a plague of shadows that darted against the feeble light, leaving nothing but unease in their wake. Yet amid this dark chorus there were moments, brief flashes of brilliance that split the sky open, not into despair, but a blinding, otherworldly white. The air stilled as if holding its breath, and an unseen vastness pressed against reality, resonating with an energy felt deep within the bones. It was a presence, a waiting, relentless force that lingered just out of reach. As these moments grew in frequency, a figure emerged from the depths of despair, the Antichrist, striding forth with an unsettling sharpness to his words. Promises morphed into commands, as an unforgiving mark became mandatory, silencing dissent and branding treason with swift eradication. The sky cracked wider, a rift of uncertainty that foreshadowed something unimaginable. Then came the night, or whatever semblance of night remained, when the final fracture rent the heavens from horizon to horizon. Light poured forth in torrents, unrelenting and primal. It was not the warm glow of sunshine, nor the destructive gleam of fire. It was something ancient, something absolute, awakening a flicker of dread wrapped in awe. From the depths of the sea, the beast roared not in triumph, but out of sheer defiance as the earth trembled beneath its weight. The second beast called forth the marked, the faithful, and the blind, rallying them toward an uncertain fate. At the nexus of this turmoil stood the Antichrist, arms raised defiantly, as if commanding the very forces that threatened to engulf him. But far removed from this spectacle of power, I stood among the remnants of those who had dared to refuse the dark allure. What lay ahead was as veiled as the shadows that surrounded us, an unknown yet tantalizing possibility. The prophecies spoke of fire and renewal, but none encompassed the tension that thrummed in the atmosphere. Every choice, every lie, every act of faith or defiance, coalescing into this pivotal moment. As the light expanded exponentially, the roar of the beast began to falter, hauntingly subdued. For one endless second, the world lingered on the precipice of all endings, suspended in time, poised to witness a transformative awakening as something began to descend, leaving us breathless and aching for resolution.